15 years ago, it started with just a few strands. For Lothar Marin, it didn't stop. PRP failed. A hair transplant in Basel made it worse, unnatural, damaged, irreversible. That's when he gave up. Across the world, clinics had one answer. African curly hair? Too complex. Case closed. Until QHT evaluated the case differently. Not assumptions, but follicular science. Not rejection, but a calculated approach. A high-risk case, minimal margin for error. One question remained. Was this a transformation or another failure waiting to happen? Let's find out.
Hi, my name is Lothar Martin. I'm coming from the US and I'm here with QHT for my hair transplant. Come and follow me inside. I'm here since this morning at QHT for my hair transplant. I have just done all the preliminary pictures and the preliminary laboratory workup, including a test for anesthesia. So I am here to talk a little bit about my journey, what led me to come here to India in order to get a hair transplant. My hair fall started almost 10 years ago. It is some unknown factors to this day. Some doctors have given a theory of a change in hormones. It started as lots of hair falling through combing or brushing, lots of hair that would come to the comb, and finally some balding spots started to show up mainly in the forehead and the crown area, but mainly in the forehead. I tried shampoos, different products, oil, and nothing seemed to work. I even tried one time a long time ago, PRP, maybe 10 years ago. It gave a little bit of results, but the hair fall continued to happen on a daily basis. I even attempted a mini transplant it was badly done, and I didn't have the courage to repeat again. And so I live with hair fall without doing anything. Finally, my wife has advised me to come to India because she has better confidence with doctors in India. She's known in the past the people who did a transplant here in India, and the result was better. And I was coming to visit my in-laws in Bangalore, in Karnataka. She suggested while I'm here in India that I should see some doctors in order to get a hair transplant. Throughout the internet, we look for clinics in India that will do hair transplant for African American. Top 4 type of curly hair, African hair. And QHT came as the best clinic where they have a less loss of hair. Some clinic will give 30%, 40% loss. This clinic gave less than 10% loss. So my wife and I came to the decision that this was the clinic that I could come in order to get the hair transplant, because they have done well for African type of hair. This is the reason why I'm here today at QHT in order to get better results for the transplant. But the reason for the hair fall is not well known. It is believed that imbalance in hormone, mainly the male hormone, the testosterone, there is a part of male testosterone called DHT. And it's believed when the DHT it's in high level, high quantity, he tended to act on hair roots and cause the hair fall. I have tried some of the medicine, a supplement in order to reduce the DHT, but it has not been very successful. So the bottom line, I decided that transplant was probably better alternative as opposed to trying unproven methods of regrowing hair. It is a problem in the confidence because in my job, I'm constantly dealing with people. So people will notice that the hair has been lost. So they were asking me, oh, what happened to your hair? What's going on? And so this is a blow to the confidence where people are noticing the hair loss. So it's a confidence problem. That's one of the reasons that I decided to come over here in order to boost my confidence. All right, my journey started from home, from Texas. Left Texas yesterday for my plan, which arrived. I used the airline company in Turkish airline. The journey began in Texas, in Houston. Turkish airline goes from Turkish to Istanbul and then from Istanbul to India. I started actually the day before yesterday. Then yesterday I arrived in Turkey around 11 in the morning. But the flight for India was not until the evening around 8:50. So the flight by Turkish airline leaving Istanbul to Delhi, to arrive at 5 o'clock in the morning at Delhi. And from there, we have to go through the process of passport and visa verification to the immigration. I already have a 5-year visa, so that was not a problem for me. Through the immigration and everything was approved. I got my suitcase, and QHT had to communicate with me all along since I was in America. So they had a taxi or a driver was already selected by QHT representative. So I took the driver with, I believe it was a sort of a shuttle from the airport to the hotel. It took about 45 minutes to get to the hotel. And I arrived very early in the hotel around 7 in the morning. I had to wait in order to get a room because most of the time check out is from 11. And so no room. The check in for new customers, for new guests, it should be around 2 o'clock. A favor was done to me to get the breakfast. And after breakfast, I took a taxi from the hotel, not too far from the clinic. From the hotel to the clinic, the taxi cab takes about less than 10 minutes, probably 5 to 7 minutes. And so I arrived within 7 minutes from the hotel. That has been my journey. I plan to do 1 hair transplant. I'm confident this is going to be very successful. I've read so many reviews for this clinic, and this is particularly good news for African American, for curly hair. The African type of hair is well done here, so I gave my vote of confidence for the clinic that they will do a good job on me, and I hope that after the transplant, my only job will be the maintenance and try to maintain the hair that will be transplanted. That is my hope. I do not hope that I need to come back for a second or third or fourth transplant. Hopefully, one transplant will be one and done. That is my hope. My first impression of the clinic is that they know what they're doing and they can do a good job. I have not spoken to a doctor personally. I have spoken to clinic personnel. The people usually do the preliminary work. For example, drawing the blood, taking the pictures. So I had a maintain a communication with clinical personnel, but I have not yet been examined by the doctor. So hopefully today it will be done. I have chosen to come to QHT because QHT has a technique that has been very effective. With the technique consists of harvest from the donor area and plant directly in the area designated area for transplant. So extract follicle and plant it directly and avoid any type of conservation, because through the conservation there is a little bit of a loss. And the QHT, it has a reputation of almost no hair loss during the harvesting and planting. So the error rate or the loss rate is very less here because the clinic is the only one in the world to have such technique, although it's a costly technique, but that's the technique that they offer to their clients, the harvesting and planting at the same time without keeping the hair follicle and minimizing the risk of loss. This is the main reason why I chose QHT over all other clinics. One of the advantages of having a treatment with the QHT, it is the post-transplant care. The post-transplant care is done very appropriately to ensure that the transplant is giving the patient satisfaction. I'm here with hope that this hair transplant will restore my hairline, will give me a good result, natural hair, natural growth, hair growth. So, and then all the bald area will be completely covered. What's very important here, in addition to good, better technique of harvesting and planting, it's equally important the follow-up, what a follow-up is being done, and what a medicine, different type of medicine, which is given in order to maintain the hair that has been transplanted so that it can give better results. So with the better technique, better follow-up, my expectation is such as that I will restore my hairline and my hair covering the bald spot to get back to the way I was before the hair loss began. Prior to coming to India, I had consulted the different clinics in India that do hair transplant. A few clinics asked me to send up my pictures, and including QHT also asked me to send a picture, but the other clinic did not give appropriate reaction. QHT, upon receiving the pictures, gave me appropriate feedback as to how they were going to do the transplant. They estimated the number of grafts that were needed, and then they immediately arranged. They suggested me that in any event I would come over here, they will give me a transportation from the airport, and then they will make a reservation for my hotel. And this was done. I came early this morning. There was a driver waiting for me since 5 o'clock in the morning. By the time I had to finish everything, all the immigration checkout and pick up my luggage, the driver was outside waiting for me. Took me to a very good hotel in Delhi. And then from hotel, I came straight to the clinic, and then everything, without wasting time, everything has already begun. The basis of a transplant have already started. I've gotten blood drawn. I've gotten testing for anesthesia, and the care plan has already been given to me. So basically, QHT has a follow-up on the promise that they made, the promise to help me to come to India, help me to find a place to stay, and the transportation. It's something that the other clinics did not offer. I've been here for 7 days total, but from the day of surgery to today, it's been 5 days. I've completed 5 days. Today has been the first wash, and this has been a very eye-opening experience. Everything has been done right, very well. From day one I came. I had a ride from the airport to my hotel, and every single day the clinic paid the ride for me to get back to the hotel. I come and go back at the charge of the clinic. So everything has been a very, very nice experience, from the surgery to every day, the wash for the first time, The scalp looks everything nice, everything in place, and I believe that this will be a success. And this has been a very pleasant experience for me to have a hair growth done here in India, far away from home. So I encourage everybody, those who wants to have a good experience of hair transplant, this is the place to be. QHT, keep that in mind. Thank you. Clinic follow-up is daily basis, every day. I share the pictures. Every day I'm asked to give my impression, to talk about the experience about the follow-up. So it's every day people follow to ensure that the hair transplant is being a success. The precaution is to avoid scratching the head to begin with, cover the head, avoid being in the dusty areas, in the sunny areas. And so basically avoid all activities, strenuous activities that can make you either sweat or even bleed. I thank QHT for everything that has been done for me to have a successful hair transplant. I'm about to go to the airport to catch my flight back to the United States. And I will be back, as my promise, I will be back in India, certainly. And every time I'm back, I will not fail to show to the clinic staff what a good job they have done on me. Thank you.
हेलो फ्रेंड्स, अगर आपने अभी तक हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और ध्यान रहे बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें, जिससे हमारे हर वीडियो का अपडेट आपको समय समय पर मिलता रहेगा।